Are you here looking for love? Ooh.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Big Leak here today, and I got a debatable ass video for you today. Ranking the 21 best college football championship teams. I'm guessing in history. It's gonna be very. I don't know how debatable it's gonna be. I'm gonna just see what they're gonna what their ranking is, and I'm gonna judge it by my ranking, by my personal intelligence, and see what everything is about. And obviously, I'm a Florida fan, so the Florida Gators team, and I want to say 2008 better be in there, or 2010. Either one of those years better be in there, because we were on top of the world. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Since 1998.
Epic walk-off TV
Since 1998.
Double overtime upset of Miami. The last 2 decades have been full of big-name champions.
This Ohio State. Is that one?
ESPN Sports Analytics developed a metric that connects every team over the last 20 seasons and rates them using points above average. From that comes this countdown of major college football's 21 national champions since the start of the BCS era. At number 21, the 2002 Ohio State Buckeyes. Jim Tressel's team won by a touchdown or less in 6 of its last 7 games, including an escape at Purdue in a now legendary moment.
Okay. Yeah.
A stingy defense and freshman running back Maurice Clarett carried the Bucs down the stretch, capping it with a Fiesta Bowl victory against heavily favored Miami on a controversial pass interference call. Number 20, the 2006 Florida Gators. Urban Meyer's group was led by quarterback Chris Leak and featured.
Oh, it wasn't 2010. That was when Cam Newton won. It was 2006, 2008. My bad, y'all.
BCS title game by a narrow margin over Michigan, and then upset the Wolverines' chief rival Ohio State with a dominant second-half performance, starting a streak of 7 straight championships for the SEC. The next in that streak was the 2007 LSU Tigers at number 19 on our list. The Mad Hatter
I never knew how good they were, bro.
Winning a few nail-biters and even losing a couple
like
overtimes.
That's what I'm saying. Like I remember them losing a few games and everything.
BCS title game and became the only team in modern college football to be named national champion with more than 1 loss. Number 18, the 1998 Tennessee Volunteers. The season after Peyton Manning graduated, Philip Fulmer turned to T. Martin to lead the Vols. After an epic survival against Arkansas in November, Tennessee closed out an undefeated campaign with a win over Florida State in the inaugural BCS championship game.
Damn.
Number 17, the 2003 LSU Tigers. The Bayou Bengals lifted the championship trophy for the first time in 45 years after a Sugar Bowl win over Oklahoma. A menacing defense led the way for Nick Saban to get the first of his 6 national championships, although LSU would share top honors with USC, which finished number 1 in the AP poll. Speaking of which, that 2003 Trojans team comes in at number 16.
Okay.
The 20, the 15, the 10.
That boy Reggie Bush, bro.
USC was led by scintillating freshman Reggie Bush and QB Matt Leinart, with all of its wins that season coming by 14 points or more, including the Rose Bowl victory over Michigan that clinched a share of the title for the Trojans. At number 15, Cam Newton and his 2010 Auburn Tigers.
5 or 6 months ago.
Now let's see what teams are better than this team. Because Cam Newton
led his team to its first national title in 53 years. He passed for over 2,800 yards and 30 touchdowns while rushing for nearly 1,500 yards and another 20 scores in one of the greatest QB seasons ever recorded. War Eagle eventually bested Oregon in the title game with a field goal on the final play. Number 14, the 2014 Ohio State Buckeyes.
Zeke Elliott? Okay.
OSU took home the first college football playoff championship as backup QB Cardell Jones filled in ably for the injured J.T. Barrett and led the Bucs to convincing wins over Alabama and Oregon. Ezekiel Elliott torched both of those defenses, including almost 250 yards against the Ducks in the championship game. At number 13, the 2000 Oklahoma Sooners. Bob Stoops rode a stout defense to an unlikely title as OU took down a trio of top 3 teams on its path to glory. That D kept heavily favored Florida State out of the end zone as Heisman runner-up Josh Heupel led Boomer Sooner to its first championship.
I never even heard of this year.
Years. Number 12, the 2016 Clemson Tigers. Deshaun Watson led his team to a few comeback wins along the way to a championship game shot at redemption against Alabama. Down 10 in the fourth quarter, one more clutch drive by Watson led to a legendary game-winning pass with just a second remaining. Number 11, Nick Saban's 2017 Alabama Crimson Tide.
Nigga, it shouldn't just be 17. Every year they win, they're the best team, and they be beating people ass.
In the college football playoff, and made the most of it in the title game against SEC foe Georgia. Saban went to the bench in the second half, and freshman Tua Tagovailoa delivered in overtime.
Tagovailoa fires to the end zone. Touchdown! Alabama wins!
Number 10, the 1999 Florida State Seminoles. Bobby Bowden's only undefeated team was led by star receiver Peter Warrick and quarterback Chris Winkie. The Noles beat Michael Vick and Virginia Tech in the BCS championship game to complete that perfect run. A remarkable 31 players from that team would play in the NFL. Now get ready for a bunch of Bama. Number 9.
Exactly.
2009.
Exactly.
Nick Saban's first title in Tuscaloosa included a huge win over Tim Tebow and number 1 Florida in the SEC title game. Mark Ingram became the first Crimson Tide player to win the Heisman, and the Tide then rolled over Texas in the BCS title game.
I think that's when they had Colt McCoy. He dropped that ball.
Stick with Saban and Bama for number 8. This time, the 2015 team. Another Heisman winner led the Tide as Derrick Henry rushed for over 2,200 yards and 28 touchdowns. Alabama beat Clemson in a memorable 45-40 shootout in the national title game, which included some fourth-quarter heroics from the Tide's special teams. Number 7 is 2012's version of Roll Tide.
Eddie Lacy's
Saban's
big
most
ass.
balanced team ranked top 2 in both offensive and defensive efficiency.
I feel like A.J. McCarron was one of their better quarterbacks.
A.J. McCarron provided steady leadership the entire season, and the Tide eventually crushed Notre Dame 42-14 in the title game. Number 6, Alabama's 2011 team. An incredible defense held all 12 FBS opponents to 14 points or fewer. Bama lost a 1 versus 2 showdown to LSU in November, but after edging Oklahoma State in the final BCS standings, the Tide shut out the Tigers in a title game rematch. Number 5, the 2004 USC Trojans.
Damn.
Matt Leinart won the Heisman while Reggie Bush and Lindale White pummeled opposing defenses all season. USC destroyed Oklahoma in the BCS title game 55-19 to win its second straight AP championship. At number 4, the 2013 Florida State Seminoles. Jameis Winston won the Heisman as a redshirt freshman, and the Noles won their first 13 games by an average of more than 42 points. FSU trailed late in the title game against Auburn, but Winston found Kelvin Benjamin with
For the
13
game winner,
seconds
boy.
left and ended the SEC's run of 7 straight titles. Number 3, the 2001 Miami Hurricanes. Although it's not our top-ranked
With all
team,
them dogs on it,
it's
boy.
the best roster of all time, with an incredible 17 first-rounders, including Ed Reed, Andre Johnson, and Vince Wilfork. The U throttled Nebraska in the title game at the Rose Bowl for its
Miami had a bunch of dogs back then, bro.
Number 2, the 2008 Florida Gators.
Hey!
Promise.
I promise you one thing. A lot of good will come out of this. You will never see.
Oh yeah, cause they had lost to bitch ass Ole Miss, bro. Over some bullshit.
By 28 points or more.
Nigga jumped over the line on the field goal or whatever and blocked the damn field goal. But I think at that time you couldn't do that.
And the top team of the last
Like he had touched the like if you want to leap over him, you couldn't touch him. You had to actually like clear the whole damn thing.
to the title game against heavily favored USC.
I don't know why they really call this like the greatest play in national championship history. Like, he just ran the bitch like 10 yards,
Considered the
well,
best
15
college
yards.
football game ever. Young was the brightest star, leading UT to a thrilling comeback win in the closing moments.
All right, y'all, let's go and do it for this video. I really don't really know about those, like the first 10 or 11, but when they got from 10 all the way down to 1, a lot of Alabama was that deal. I'm okay when they put 2008's Florida at number 2, but I feel like there's a better team in Texas being number 1. But they did say ranking on point system and shit, so. But I feel like it should have been, you know, give Nick Saban his credit where his credit is due. Like, he won 1 championship with LSU and then 5 with Alabama. And damn near all them 5 were in the top 10. So, you know, give Nick Saban his respect now. So I would have put maybe what? The year they beat Clemson the first time. He only played Clemson twice. So the year Derrick Henry won the Heisman should have been the first one. Because that was a good game. That was a good-ass game. Like, even though Clemson won, it was a good-ass game the next year, but Clemson won. But that was a good-ass game the first year, and I won some money off that year, so that's why I'm picking that one. I put Texas probably at number 3 or 4. Keep Florida at 2. So, like and subscribe to my channel. Comment down below any other videos you would like to see me react to, or any other videos you would like me to do, period. Without anything else, peace.
Ooh, me and her can't lose. Keep 'em on